So we're going to be creating a tabular table, and for some reason students have a really hard time with tabs. And I use the tabs that are up on the ruler, and I use the ruler to set my tabs. And I'm going to show you in the simplest way possible how to create your tabular table. Now here on this line, we are going to put kind of a little heading. So international airports with train connections is our heading. And then they wanted us to press enter twice. And then we're going to use our ruler to set these tabs. Now I can see that there are some tab settings already on my ruler, and I really don't want them there. So what I'm going to do is just point to it and left drag it off, because that's how you remove them. So at this point, there's nothing on there. And the first tab I'm going to create is a left tab. And so I'm going to check over here, because this tells me the type of tab I have. Left is correct. So I'm going to point to the 1-inch mark on the ruler, and I'm going to click. And that sets the left tab. Now what happens if you have it in the wrong spot? You just point and you can left drag it. Okay, so just left drag it to the inch. If you get too many of them, you get an extra one, just point at it, drag it right off. Our next tab that we're going to do is a center tab. So we need to adjust this. And you can click on it to change it. And if you pause, it'll tell you what kind of tab you're on. You know, if you click too many times, you're going to go past the center. And then you have to actually keep clicking. And we're back to left. And now we're at center. So you just have to keep clicking and cycling through until you are at the center tab. And this needs to go at 3.25. So here's 3. And here is a quarter. So this is 0.50. This is a quarter. So 3.25. I'm going to click and put my center tab there. The last tab setting is going to be a right tab. So again, I have to change the type of tab, and that is a right one. And this tab goes at 5.5. I'm going to point at 5.5 on my ruler, and I'm going to click. So at this point, I have my tabs all set. Now, when you're creating a tabular table, we have 3 columns. First column starts at 1 inch, so you have to press the tab key in order to get to that 1 inch. Now they would like the first row to be bold-faced, so I'm going to go to Home and turn that on. And so these are like my column headings, and I'm just going to press tab in between. And you'll notice that I do have Show Hide on, and that's this. Because when Show Hide is on, you can actually see where you're pressing tab. The little arrows represent every time you press the tab key. So now I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to turn bold off. And I'm going to press tab, and I'm going to key in my first country. I'm going to press tab, my first city, pressing tab, and my first airport. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of continue entering the countries, cities, and airports. And I think the trick on this is to remember to press tab before the first column. Whoops. And if you make a mistake, you certainly can delete your tab out of there, either backspace or delete. Okay, so at this point, I'm pretty much done. I'm going to press enter twice. And then to clear out these tabs, I'm going to go into Home, and I'm going to just click on this Clear All Formatting button. And that'll basically do the same thing as yanking them off the ruler. So we're just going to go ahead and click on that, and then we're going to save our changes.